Alright, let's get into this video real quick. Though I agree misinformation is a problem within any community, your video contains quite a bit of it, though it's probably unintentional. Scan doesn't grant Akaza invincibility from losing a 1v1 depending on how you scale the hashira. It does grant Doma and Kokushibo invincibility from losing to a 1v1. The reason this is the case is because the statement clearly states that Doma would take at least 3 hashiras to defeat him. First, we look into the context of this conversation to begin with, and it's Shinobu explaining to Kanao the demon that killed their older sister, which is obviously Doma. And she further goes on how they are going to beat Doma, stating that she needs to be killed first. In the following scan, she states why we can just fight it together, and that's when Shinobu states the power of an upper rank is at least 3 hashiras. In this case, she is only talking about Doma. You can reread chapter 162, and each scan that I've shown in this video are literally right alongside of each other. In fact, all 3 of these scans are one after another. The conversation only includes Doma, and if it only includes Doma, that means Kokushibo, by admission for being stronger than Doma, the statement will also apply to. Doma, without using his blood demon art, was so strong that Shinobu's sister stated that she should just leave the Demon Slayer court. So your rebuttal of Muchiro beating Upper Moon 5 by himself is invalid simply because the conversation does not apply to anybody that scales below Doma. Once again, we also know this because the conversation takes place during the hashira training arc, which means Muchiro had already defeated Upper Moon 5, so if it truly included all of the Upper Moons, then she would have suggested the fact that Muchiro had already beaten Upper Moon 5, and therefore the statement is no longer valid. But she didn't do that simply because the conversation is only taking place in correlation to Doma. Also, taking the fact that Gutoro was already defeated by Tengen, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu, which aren't 3 hashiras combined. So although I agree that Akaza doesn't apply to this statement, you can still use it for Doma and Kokushibo, which I doubt anybody will ever argue that a hashira can beat either of those 2 alone, just off of the feats that we have for both of those Upper Moons.